The expulsion of Africans from their home in Guangzhou is causing a diplomatic storm across the globe, especially in Africa. After several videos of the maltreatment of Africans in the south of China went viral in April of 2020, sadly, when confronted, the Chinese foreign ministers denied discrimination of Africans. However, their denial and action has forced several African countries, including South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and many more to take action, and they are now screening and investigating Chinese foreign nationals in their countries, and some of the findings exposed will shock you.
Hello guys, it's Noelle here from African Glitz.
As we know, in late March and throughout the month of April 2020, hundreds of African migrant workers, traders and students in the south city of Guangzhou, which is also known as home to Asia's largest African diaspora, were forced out onto the streets, some by their landlords, some by hotel managers, and some by local officials. Those evicted insisted that they had paid their rent, had the right visas and paperwork, and had no contact with anyone infected with coronavirus.
You can see I've showed him all my documents. Now it wants to hit me with this thing. Take.
Possible.
Take.
Sit down.
Meanwhile, many others were forced into a 14-day quarantine and random testing without getting their test results. The hashtag China Must Explain quickly trended on Twitter as users expressed their anger and frustration. This also sparked global outrage, and now African countries are retaliating. Nigerian House of Representatives on April the 28th moved a motion seeking relevant government agencies to check the validity of immigration document of Chinese nationals in Nigeria, and also to fish out illegal and undocumented immigrants and repatriate them back to China. This comes after 2 Chinese nationals were arrested by Zamfara State Police over their involvement in illegal mining of gold at the Nzarawa Bokulu village in Kwale, Nigeria. The Chinese nationals were caught with all the chemicals necessary for making gold. This has reportedly been going on for years, but the ban comes in the wake of Africans being maltreated in China.
This is committed to ensure the enforcement of the federal government ban on mining activities in Zamfara state. That is why it has deployed about 63 additional mobile policemen to the Kwale mining site.
Fuzzling us was the fact that the federal government has banned all mining activities since 2016 in Zamfara. So we are not expecting to see even a Nigeria engaging in gold activities, and not to talk about even a Chinese national. But you are living witness. The Chinese personnel are here, and they are engaged very much in that illegal mining activity. Will be made by Inspector General of Police, because from here we'll transfer them to Abuja. And Abuja will make necessary decisions and our own stop at.
Items recovered in the house include chemicals, gold sand and charcoals, among others, which are being used by the foreign nationals in the minings of gold at the Kwale site.
South African police are finally also investigating the Chinese nationals in the country. Shockingly, they found out that so many did not get their stay legally and can't speak or understand English. Not only that, some also entered the country with South African passports made in China.
We're together. The test and the driving that you never did. Okay, that's fine.
What are you gonna do? Okay, wait. What are you gonna do now?
Ma'am, we need to take this vehicle in and we need to check all these people's documentation if they're legal in South Africa.
Yeah. So, and we are civil guys.
Huh? Do you still have his license?
No.
Yeah. Okay, what's going to happen now, ma'am? You say the car's on your name. Okay. We need to verify your documentation if you're all legal in South Africa. So we're going to take you to SAPS here at Langlaagte, where we're going to verify everything. Okay? You need to phone people to bring your documentation to show to us and prove to us that you're legally in South Africa. Which one? What? Which document? How did you come to South Africa? These people. Has he got a passport?
Passport.
Where Where did you get the ID from?
I don't know.
You don't know? But he's got a South African ID.
It's getting worse, guys.
Where did you get the ID? You know, I don't understand one thing. These people can't speak English and they can't speak any... Whoa. They can't speak English. They can't speak any of our other languages, but they're in possession of a driver's license of our country. They're in possession of documents. How did they apply for these things?
Chinese make. They paid money.
The Chinese made it.
Yeah. Yes.
Where did they make it? Do you have a friend that... When did this gentleman came to South Africa? Ask him.
Well, you got to remember, China is overpopulated. So it's always looking for opportunities to dump some of its excess population.
Right.
And you know what's so sad? Chinese will come to South Africa poor, with nothing. And in 3 years, they're owning 2 and 3 major businesses. Because what happens is when the Chinese come, they employ their own. They don't employ indigenous African labor. But this is exactly what the heads of state tell black people. Let the Chinese come to Jamaica. Let them come to South Africa. They're going to give you guys jobs. The jobs never come. They bring their own population, which makes sense from their perspective because they have so many people that need a place to go outside of China. So they're showing up broke.
While in Ghana, apart from the illegal gold mining activities that has been going on for years, the Food and Drugs Authority and the Achimota Divisional Police Command apprehended 2 Chinese nationals at Kisaman, a suburb of Accra, for producing unregistered personal protective equipment. The couple have been producing the PPEs in commercial quantities without the approval of the FDA, and their arrest comes after a tip-off. Kenya is deporting more Chinese than ever before after discovering the number of illegal businesses they operate in the country. In 2019, some suspects were nabbed in possession of illegal gambling equipment worth millions. After this recent China-Africa relationship betrayal, so many other stories are unfolding.
When a fellow Chinese who cannot speak English is manning a gate and Kenyans are looking for jobs, what are you talking about, you fellows? Let's get to the bottom of this matter quickly. Lastly, can we afford 1 million shillings a day? What are you saying? These people are like, this thing is going to become like the port of Sierra Leone and Sri Lanka. We are going to sell our national treasure to these people. 66% of our debt, and it's growing, is to the Chinese. If you don't wake up and smell coffee, senators, and Kasakaja, I thank you for bringing this up. This is going to be something. They have given me problems. Senator was telling me about Imali Primary School. They split a school into 2. The railway line is in the middle. The school is destroyed. They've refused to repair it. When they go to Makueni, when we complain, they go and bribe the teachers, give them 200,000, 300,000. We have a crisis. Sultan Ahmad had a flood recently. Why? Because of the standard gauge railway. That's the first time we had a flood there. They've blocked all culverts because of raising the railway. Let's get to the bottom of this matter, or history is going to judge us so harshly when we begin paying and selling our country to the Chinese, when we give them the port of Mombasa, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and part of Kenya, which we will give to the Chinese. I call it the road to Shanghai.
We will not import police uniform from any country. We have to promote the local textile industry. Buy Kenya, build Kenya. How are we going to support our cotton farmers? How are we going to support our manufacturers and create jobs in our country? You know, this monkey business that has been going on for a period of time, we go to some shadowy corners and agree to import police uniform from some places and create excuses that... Isn't it simply outrageous that someone is saying we don't have material in Kenya with the kind of textile sector that we have? So why would the government put budget resources to revive Rivertex and provide jobs in Eldoret? Then we proceed like fools the following day to import police uniforms from Turkey or from China or from wherever. We have already paid. We are making uniform for our police and take it to the bank from me. we will not import uniform. No amount of pressure, manipulation or anything will change that position. That style of life has come to an end in Kenya. It has come to an end, and no one is going to live that way.
Moses Kuria, a vocal member of the Kenya Parliament, has taken more aggressive stance and calling for the immediate removal of Chinese nationals in Kenya. In Uganda, the Chinese are well established and even have hubs where they operate illegal activities and financial crimes. In April of 2020, 37 Chinese nationals were charged with possession of stolen items, including exotic animals. In the house they were busted, they had control rooms with over 2,000 phones connected with Uganda SIM cards.
Another search operation on one of the mansions found in Kamuli zone, in Chiraka, where the 37 arrested Chinese resided. Inside the 3 storage structure, police found that the Chinese had turned the premises into a packaging center for over 10,000 motherboards from suspected hundreds of stolen phones and laptops.
Being in the business of scrap dealing without a work permit, in itself it's an offense. And it's one of the cases which we have also preferred against them.
At the mansion site is a mini pool with tortoise, something police says contradicts the Wildlife Act. On the 3rd floor, the Chinese operated a suspicious call center and allegedly falsified SIM card with intention to fleece Ugandans.
That's why we have got experts, like there are some experts who are profiling these phones, want to know whether there are some other transactions that have been done that compromise our financial institutions and even security generally. There is also something we have also noticed, that all these telephones which are up are bearing the Ugandan telephone lines of Airtel majorly, with over 1,895 SIM cards, and also MTN of around 223.
The Chinese had entered the country on a visitor's visa and later started trading in illegal wild animals.
While in other news, 6 Chinese nationals were arrested at the Congo border after escaping quarantine center in Uganda.
You don't know this, don't you? You already tell you we have problem with the friend that you meet.
She said he has a problem because his friends came from China and they were escaping without completing their 14 days of self-quarantine. They were running to DRC for work. So now we arrested them at the border point in Zombo.
The court sitting in the Ugandan capital Kampala has convicted 6 Chinese nationals for escaping from COVID-19 quarantine. The Chinese were arrested and tested, following which 2 of them tested positive for the virus. They were recently discharged from a government treatment facility, following which the entire group were arraigned. The State Minister for Primary Healthcare, Joyce Mariku Kaduku, had told New Vision on Sunday that 2 other Ugandans, a driver identified as Abdu Matovu and his wife, Swab Nasuuna, were also arrested together with the Chinese. She said that the couple was aiding the 6 Chinese to flee to the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo when they were arrested in the Zombo district. They had flown in from Guangzhou in the Guangdong province. The area has been in the news recently for mistreatment of Africans.
Just allow me to thank the security personnel of this country. So far they have demonstrated the ability of being vigilant, being very alert, and to ensure that the Ugandans are safe. This is one of the great jobs that they have done to ensure that foreigners who wish to escape before their mandatory days of isolation are intercepted at the border. Congratulations, and I give you a big credit.
Guinea has also followed and arrested Chinese nationals in relation to China's maltreatment of Africans.
Nous respectons beaucoup l'autorité, mais on ne veut pas des gens qui viennent ici pour prendre le bois contre les Guinéens.
Vraiment.
Notre indépendance, on ne peut l'avoir que dans notre pays. Nous respectons beaucoup les étrangers. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait pour comprendre les poubelles? Lui, c'est sa force-là qui va vous arrêter?
Non.
C'est son bois-là qui va vous arrêter?
Non.
Si on disait aux travailleurs, allez chercher les bois. Allez chercher les bois et venez aussi avec les bois. Venez les attaquer avec les bois. Qu'est-ce qui allait se passer?
C'est la mort. C'est la mort. C'est la mort.
C'est seulement en Guinée. C'est seulement en Guinée que ça peut se passer. tous les travailleurs, pardon, laissez-nous faire notre travail. Allez là-bas.
Merci.
Over the past 2 decades, China and Africa has become inextricably entwined. China has built roads and railways across Africa and is the biggest trading partner for the entire continent. 80% of Nigeria's bilateral debt is owed to China. About 60% of foreign direct investment to Ethiopia came from China in 2019. Over the years, China has repeatedly stressed the importance of China-Africa alliance based on mutual prosperity. Sadly, this partnership faces irrevocable disruption if the Chinese government continues to downplay the deeply rooted racial prejudice and dismisses the international outrage concerning the maltreatment of African migrant workers and students in China.
Well, I can go in. You can? Yeah, give it to me. I can go in and they cannot. Come on. They can. Right? You can look please. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry, I cannot help you. Really. Oh my.
Do you think Africa is doing the right thing by screening and sending Chinese nationals out of Africa? Do you believe in China-Africa relationship? Share your thoughts with us on the comment section down below.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If this is your first time checking out our videos, why not check out our channel for more interesting videos we know you would love. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell sign to be notified every time we upload a new video so that you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching and see you on our next one.